I want to take a minute and talk about the scroll, in particular, the endless scroll. So, the endless scroll, I'm going to pull up my Facebook feed here. You guys are all familiar. It just goes on and on and on and on and on and on and on forever and ever and ever. The problem with the endless scroll is multifaceted. So first of all, you get sucked into it and you stay in it for hours and hours and hours. And then you look up and you're like, oh my God, where did the time go? So that's obviously clearly a problem. Even the guy that invented the endless scroll truly wishes he hadn't. He looks at it as something that was so exciting for him to have invented. And then when he saw how destructive it was, really wished that he could have pulled it back. Same thing with the guy that invented the coffee pods and the pop-ups that you get when you're on a website that drive you absolutely bananas. But what is it about the endless scroll that is really and truly destructive? I love Mel Robbins. I follow her all over the place. And I really love the little videos that she posts on Instagram. And the one today really hit home because it's something I've been working on and successful with. And that is as you go through the scroll, you are hit up with all of these different messages. Be inspired, do more, be your best self, and all these kinds of things. Do this, do that. Look what I'm doing. Look what he's doing. Look what she's doing. Look what they're doing. Look what everyone is doing. And the only way we internalize that is that we're not doing enough. And one of the things that she said that I absolutely agree with is that the endless scrolling, particularly in social media, actually destroys our creativity. The best ideas I've ever come up with have been when I'm sitting in my chair or I'm on a walk, or I'm chatting with someone today. Like someone I talked to today, we came up with this most amazing idea. Actually, we came up with another great idea last week called the no bot. Like, are you a no bot as per like, do you instantly say no to stuff? I would never have come up with these really cool ideas if I was just nose stuck into my phone and not paying attention. When I need to come up with really cool ideas, the best place for me to go is not Google, not Facebook, not Instagram, not TikTok. Definitely not TikTok. Still can't figure that thing out. But it is actually to go to my thinking chair. I actually have a thinking chair, and I go to that chair and I usually turn off the lights. I bring a journal with me and a pen, and I sit there with the problem I'm trying to solve, the anxiety that I'm trying to deal with, or the question that's kind of noodling around in my head. And in that quiet, where it's just me, and I let my brain just kind of go, I don't try to force an answer, the ideas start to flow. And in a society that we have today, those quiet moments are fewer and fewer and further between. And what happens is it creates a massive amount of stress. It makes us feel like we're not working hard enough when generally we are. And it's not about working harder. It's about what you do with the time you allot to the work you want to do. It's about being intentional. I talked to some clients today, and there's two words that they took away from my coaching. One was being intentional with their time. The second one was being clear with expectations. I threw a third one at them today with prioritization. But the problem is most people get caught, not just them, but most people get caught in this crazy cycle of wanting to go faster and do more and do better. And, am I living my best life? And then they scroll through and they see someone else living what looks like to them a better life, or a place they want to be or wish they could be. And I would love to say that internalizes as incredible motivation. But there are far too many people I come across that say, Rebecca, I just need to be motivated. Can you motivate me? Here's the bad news. I and no one else can motivate you. The only person that can motivate you is you. And so where does that motivation comes from? Where does it come from? Where do we get it? If there's motivation comes from within, the next angry type question I get was like, well, how do I get it? I can't find it. And you find it in those quiet moments. You find your motivation by sitting and thinking about what you really want, what really makes you happy, what makes your eyes just pop open because you're so incredibly excited about what you're about to do. I love coming up with new ideas, and I have the problem of coming up with too many new ideas. Thankfully, I've learned how to manage them and just kind of spread them out a little bit. But I love that creative brain time. But I won't get it if I'm stuck in the endless scroll. There is nothing at the end of the endless scroll. There is no pot of gold. There's no unicorns and rainbows. There's just more of the same, more of you being dragged down. It's not that social media is inherently bad. The way it's used can be bad, but what I suggest is to set an alarm before you go in to look at your social for like 2 or 3 minutes, because that's really all you need. 2 or 3 minutes, go through, and you can engage in the endless scroll and scroll over the place. But when that alarm goes off, turn it off. And then spend the equal amount of time in thinking time, thinking about whatever, thinking of nothing. It could be meditating, it could be breathing, it could be going for a walk, it could be talking to a friend, but it could be talking to a collaborative partner like I was talking to today. It could be talking to your family, it could be talking to anyone. It could just make sure it's talking, whether it's to yourself or to someone else out there. Engage in those quiet moments, however small they may be. And you may say, I don't have time for quiet moments. And my answer is, yeah, you do. If you're driving in your car home from work, you have quiet time. If you are working from home like I do, there's always breaks you're going to take in your day. There's always a time, and even if it's for 1 minute, that you can take some time to be quiet. The ultimate goal is at least 1 hour a week that you spend just in quiet time. It could be 1 hour at one shot, several 20-minute sessions throughout your week. But I'm going to challenge you to try to take that time and try to build from within the castle you want to live in. No one is going to build that castle but you. And the only way you can access the tools, the motivation, the discipline, and the joy is by sitting with yourself, listening to what you want, feeling what you want to feel, connecting with the goal you're setting for yourself, the thing you really want to do, and what it would feel like to get there, and how exciting and achievement oriented. Like, how would you feel once you got that thing that you want? Connect with that, feel those feelings, and every day in those quiet moments, if you can reconnect with that goal, reconnect with those feelings, what you're gonna find is that all of that motivation, all of that discipline, all of that confidence start to naturally come about, and you can do literally anything. But it starts with you just hanging out with you.